Let's go ahead and create a layout view so we can share some of the components of our website across all the pages. The idea behind a layout is that we're going to take most of what is on our page here and we're going to reuse it for each and every view we're going to have, because we're going to have a homepage view, we're probably going to have a contact view, an about view, and maybe some other pages later. So let's start there. We create a layout view by creating a new view in a special folder called Shared. Shared is going to allow you to create parts and components that are going to be used across different controllers and views. So let's add that folder. And then we can use the Add New Item to create a layout page. And you'll notice the name is _layout, and that's on purpose. And in the case of layout, it's just going to have some of that same code, but I'm going to delete this all so you can really see what's happening. Over in my index.html, I'm going to copy the entire page over to layout, because again, we're going to use most of the structure of the HTML for each and every page. Except we're not going to include that view bag, because each page is going to tell us what its title is on its own. What we want to look for down here is the guts of what is really our page. And it starts here at the world and then our form. And I'm just going to delete them. What I'll do here is I'll create a new div and I'll make a call that says render body. Render body says take whatever the contents of my main view and inject them here. And you can actually create a couple of different sections in case you want to inject things into the sidebar and such. We're not going to get to those details in the short time we have together, but you certainly can do that. There isn't always just a single render section. Let's go back over to our view and get it ready for that layout page. So here we're going to do the opposite of what we just did. We're going to get rid of everything except what is really just the content of our page. So in our case, when we have a view like this, we can really concentrate on what the core responsibility for this view is. We don't have to worry about duplicating or repeating all of that boilerplate code that's going to be on every page. Let's go ahead and see this in the browser. When we refresh it, we can see that all that's being returned now is what was in the view. What happened to that layout page? We actually have to wire up that layout page with another common file in the view folder. Now what's interesting about this is we're starting from really an empty project and building up. When you're building these, you would probably create a more complete ASP.NET 5 project, one that already included a home page, already included a couple controllers as a starting point. But I really want you to see all the pieces that are being added and what the responsibilities are. So here in the views folder, I'm going to use Add New Item again. This time I'm going to pick the View Start page. And you notice its name is _viewstart.cshtml. And its responsibility is to be the beginning point for every view. Every view looks at and gets all the properties that are here in the view start. So if you wanted some commonality, you could certainly put them here. But what this is going to do is it's going to make sure that every view we have has its layout set to be this name layout, which of course maps to our shared layout file. If you wanted to change these names, you just would have to make sure that these were both matching. But now that we have view start in the root of the view folder, when we refresh it, we're now getting the contents of our view here, and it's being injected into the larger whole layout file for us. The power of this will become more apparent when we go ahead and add that about and contact view as well. Let's do that next.